Hey guys, welcome to What Are You Drinking Now here at the office. Hey, as you can see, it's just Nick and I tonight. Josh is out in the woods with other men, and he's camping. So Nick and I felt like we would do a real old school throwback to our original episodes when it was just Nick and I doing this show before Josh came on as the third member, and then later Christina's the fourth member, and then back to Josh as the third member, and then now it's just Nick and I. Wow, things kind of went full circle.
Listen, I want to ask you, Rob, what are you drinking now?
Well, for my palate quencher.
For my your palate quencher?
Yeah. I'm going with the Winchester Ciderworks 522. As you guys know, I am on a little bit of a Ciderworks little spiel lately.
Yeah, everybody's been on some ciders. In fact, there's a couple spiels you have going on in the shop, and I think cider gets on one of them. And there's something I grabbed today that gets on one of the themes you've got hanging out in the shop that I think it's going to be really fun to take a look at. With that in mind, your theme got me on my theme, which is more IPA. This is the Devil's Son from Edward Teach.
There you go.
Yeah, a little promo. Thanks, guys, for the... Eric, can we get a few more of these?
And Ashley wants some more swag. She loves swag. She wants stuff to give away.
Wow, this batch is pretty good. Pretty happy with that. As usual, Devil's Son kind of has a little bit of a caramely back note in the malt. Nice hop profile's got some citrus tones, but really well balanced. Next to it, I've got the Rogue Out of Line. I'm kind of curious about a side-by-side. Yeah, I would say if you like Devil's Son, you'll like Rogue Out of Line. And if you've been enjoying Rogue Out of Line in the shop, you're going to like that we got Devil's Son in behind it. So,
and I'm going to tell you, Winchester, you're right there. I would say our number 2 selling cider right now.
Yeah.
B Nectar, we hold.
The 522 did all right, but I would say
Winchester, for new Ciderworks, to us anyway, you're doing a great job.
The Virginia.
Yeah, the Virginia is nice.
It's hyphenated. That's right. That's why I paused.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you pause on hyphens? Or?
Not really.
Okay.
So one thing, I got a little surprise for Nick tonight. Even though there's only 2 of us, normally we do. I'm the wine guy. Him and Josh are the beer guys.
Yeah.
I got another beer.
Oh,
so
God.
we're actually going to be doing 2 beers and a wine.
Is this the gag beer? You want to lead it off?
No, it's not a gag beer.
Okay.
I mean, it's freshly released this past week. It's
okay.
It's a fairly popular beer.
I'll give it a shot. I think I can tolerate a sample.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it.
It's all right. We'll palate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We can totally skip it. I didn't even
Well,
think about
it. We should tell them what we're talking about. I saw what it was. I caught a peek in the cooler here.
Yeah, it's the...
We'll crack it open. Let's find out.
All right.
I'll let you know if I can drink it or not.
Okay, I completely forgot about your allergies. I apologize.
Well, look, you're drinking cider and peanut butter, and then what? Wine out of oak barrels. We're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Don't tell my doctor.
All right,
I'm going to see him tomorrow, anyways.
All right, as long as he can't tell, then I won't tell.
Yeah.
So the beer that I chose for tonight, like I said, we've had it in the past. Freshly released last week. It is the Catawba Peanut Butter Jelly Time. We've had this since we've opened, and it's been a very popular seller. It's a really popular beer. This is a brown ale, raspberry brown ale, and it definitely has, even in the coloring, this year. You know what? Last year it was a. I'm sorry, there's only 2 of us. We'll see if you're.
I think I'm liking this episode already.
We'll see how your allergies work.
No, let's find out. Does it say it contains peanuts and peanut butter, or is it just peanut butter inspired, or just kind of curious? I mean, they have peanuts all over the can.
Ale brewed with raspberries and whole peanuts.
Whole peanuts. That's why they got the shell on.
Yeah.
Man, that brings me back to my boiled peanuts.
Do you have your EpiPen? Because if you go into anaphylaxis, I need to.
You know, I'll be all right.
Okay,
we'll figure it out.
All right, because
if not, you're drinking both these. But
if not, I'll drink.
Oh my God! Smell this. Remember what I just said about the boiled peanut.
Before I
and
smell
shells,
it, look at the color.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the color. Last year it was red, like raspberries. This year it looks like it could be peanut butter.
This year, Rob tries to kill me.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But this is definitely on the nose.
Super earthy taste, smell.
Peanut butter and raspberry jam sandwich.
Yeah, the raspberry comes through behind all the mustiness of the peanut butter, which isn't that kind of how a peanut butter jelly sandwich is? It's been a while since I've had one, but believe it or not, I used to eat them every day.
That may be why you can't eat them anymore.
Couple times
I did
the
the same thing. I mean, I packed my lunch even through high school was packed with a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Yeah, well, I'll skip the psychological research, but if you really want to find out more, just look up hyperactive immune systems and concussive head injuries and stuff like that, and you'll find a trove of bogus information on the internet. It's just phenomenal. I've been following some Click It ads; they're great stuff. Hey, can I get a cheers over here?
Yeah. So, as long as this doesn't kill you, I think it
actually tastes pretty cool. This is not the type of flavor I would pick out in a beer, but I'm very intrigued by having it.
It's got the. I do believe you're right. I think they put the whole peanuts.
I taste the shell. Yeah, because when you do freshly boiled peanuts and you're like, are these done yet?
Or even dry roasted,
and they're not. It's kind of got that in there, and who knows? They might have done it with dry roast, which I didn't know. I've had boiled peanuts from fresh. And I grew up eating dry roasted, like ballpark peanuts, But you can boil dry roasted, and it's awesome.
Oh, wow.
It's really good. And then you can choose how you boil it, like beer boiled or vinegar boiled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I just boil them in water. But...
Well, yeah, you brine them if you're going to do them from fresh.
Well, if they're dry roasted, they're already salt added, ready to go.
Yeah, now you can pick your flavor. I like the idea of beer roasted peanuts. So you guys are one step ahead of me. We have peanut roasted beer.
There you go. There you go.
Full circle. Can I get one on that?
I think you need a trombone on that one.
No way.
Nah.
You're Mr. Joker, man. You got to talk to the band. Keep them entertained. Thanks, guys. You're doing a great job tonight.
Hey, just because you're
No, that's their new one. They're putting it on the single chart.
Yeah, just because your arm's longer than mine.
Hey, what's our viewership tonight? Anybody checking in?
You know what?
Just thought I'd ask.
Well, that's a good thing to ask because I just thought I'd go ahead and check.
What are you watching on the internet? I hesitate to. I don't know. That was good. Great job, by the way.
Actually, we do have somebody, and Aaron Mercer Watson wants to know any light IPAs. Interesting you ask.
Oh, yeah.
We do have one in the Sweetwater.
Light. Yeah, I bought one tonight on summer break.
No, not summer break.
Oh.
It's not Sweetwater.
There's this Sweetwater. There's on the shelf. What is that?
I don't know if it's Sweetwater. It's I can't remember, but it says near IPA or something like that. It's a low calorie.
Did that catch a little Richter scale belch on that?
It's a low calorie, low ABV.
So the answer is
like 4%.
Yeah.
3%.
I thought that was summer breaks here in Nevada.
No. Summer break is also a low.
It's a session hazy. Okay, I can see where I went. Yeah, sideways.
Oh.
I was choking it back. Did you hear that?
We do not have the Belgian girl in the back tonight.
Matt, get my EpiPen. It's starting.
But yeah, Aaron, like I said, we do definitely have a few low calorie, low carb beers this year. One of them being
that's
IPA, or two of them being IPA.
I really enjoy that, raspberry finish to it. It just teases with the raspberry. I mean, they call it a raspberry ale, but raspberry brown ale is because that's a category. So I guess they can enter into the category.
The brown ale, yeah. And I think this is better than last year's. Like I said, last year had has that music been playing the whole time?
Guys, you're gonna have to just chill out, okay?
I was wondering why.
That gets you for wondering.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was hearing noises from from that side of the room.
I heard it too, and I was like, "Man, what is this side of the room?" The band. I know you can't see them; they're off camera. They haven't signed their contracts yet, really, to tell you the truth. So, should we move on?
Yeah, I guess.
In this episode of Watch Rob Drink a Beer, we watched Rob drink a beer. I think it's fair to say I need a palate cleanser.
I was expecting you to go through a beer that you're allergic to that quickly. I'm sorry.
That's the only way through. You find out if you can palate it and you go for it. Well, honestly, it's like peanuts. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna have one of these. Mind if I try some of those boiled peanuts? Next thing you know, somebody's like, dude, I'll pick up my own. Just take them. Okay. By the way, when it comes to boiled peanuts, do you eat the chilied ones?
Gene was wondering why the Cool Groove kept looping over and over.
The Cool Groove, yeah. So the band has a fan.
Well, next time you hear that loop, just
feel free to let us know.
Chime in and let us know, because neither one of us have the headsets on.
Listen, in our studio, we have a lot of blinking lights in here, so...
those are real. I thought those are just... okay, I feel better now.
That clears that up.
By the end of the show, they may be just blinking me, because after I had to chug that guy.
Oh, man, what did I do? Do you see what I just did? You know what I'm going to have to do? I got to clean the peanuts
out
of my glass. So, thank you, Devil's Son. Blessed by the Devil's Son.
When you said you needed a palate cleanser, you needed a palate cleanser.
Yeah, and I think it's actually a fair statement that...
Goose, I see you watching.
Man, where's the Big Earn? I usually see that him.
He should be clocking in here soon, I think.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't go to bed already. The guy's been working his tail off, man. Yeah.
Some of us have to, right?
Some of us. I don't know. Well, I did open today.
I'll tell you
I felt like yesterday already. I went fishing. Couldn't get a bite.
After yesterday and Saturday, I know I was tired. I know Josh was tired.
Oh, dude, we were all whipped. It was a great dinner last night, though.
Yeah, everybody liked it. That was really good.
I did have a question today.
Oh, excuse me. Don't force that after that one.
I just felt like I should contribute something. After all that work you did.
You felt a little left out.
By the way, those of you who just tuned in might think that Rob's belching because of the dinner he had last night. But believe it or not, he actually made dinner.
Yeah, I didn't have much of the dinner last night until I actually got one crab cake today.
Okay. I have one left in my fridge.
It was cold. And it was good cold.
I've actually, my brother ate his cold. They're good, but I think the air fryer could make quick work of a... You afraid I'm ripping you off?
No, go for it.
Okay. I think... by the way, I recently saw a movie called Altered States.
Uh-huh.
And I do you know this movie? It's kind of old school. It's like an old school, like hallucinogenic thriller. Kind of weird. Kind of actually, it gets a little sad, actually, but whatever. Hopefully this beer doesn't get sad or make anyone here sad. This is the Elysian Altered Contact Tart IPA. Altered Contact rewires your perception of IPAs with its electrifyingly tart and juicy demeanor. Plug into galvanized notes of orange, tangerine, mango, pineapple. There's no turning back now. It is definitely inspired by this movie. Look, he's even like floating in the deprivation chamber. Yeah. What is that? It's a solution of alkaloids, like lithium. He's floating in lithium. Okay, let's just clear that up. That's one way to turn yourself into a battery. I went to Peru. He went to Peru. Our experiences were a little different.
Real quick, if you guys hear some noises on the other side of Nick.
Yeah, we're still open.
Yeah. The office changed their hours today, so the office is open until 9 o'clock.
Cheers. Come and get a latte. Matt's here. He's serving it up.
Well, it's a little after 9 now. He must have had somebody walk in late. But
grab some wine.
Yeah. That's a Monday through Saturday thing for at least the rest of the summer.
You know, if you're running late, it's fair to say you may have missed coffee. Just jump on the beer and wine wagon.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Very, very colloidal here.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to let Rob get into this one before I just started up.
I have to say, as an IPA, my palate is digging this.
Do you remember where Elysian's from?
I do not.
West Coast, Seattle.
Okay.
They got picked up, kind of made bigger. They were a real tight brewery for a minute there.
I'm liking this.
Remember Space Dust and stuff like that?
Yep.
That's these guys.
I'm liking this because of the tartness versus the bitter.
Yeah. I mentioned the can. I'm gonna get them a little. How's that? Can we get it?
Rotate it towards me. There you go. Right there. You're too far.
They get the full.
There you go. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Hopefully that brought you guys into the altered state. I'm nearing it. I'm honing in on it. I gotta tell you, I'm feeling amazingly clear-headed. Like with our
right now.
tasting.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see how that holds up.
Yeah, we got a whole bottle of wine to get through.
So I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
Right now we're good. There's so many things I could talk about. One of them is I was kind of curious about a question stemming from the dinner that we had last night that I got from a customer and friend today. Asked about pick pole and said, what's up with pick pole? And I was like, well, pick pole's pick pole, you know? And I could see they were like, well, what does that mean? I was like, oh, you want more. Like, you don't know what I was like, it's from France. I was like, it's a coastal French wine. So let me be totally more specific. Picpole is specifically from Languedoc, which is in southeastern France. It's on the Mediterranean coast. Most of the Picpole Pignet that we know comprises the major 5 houses that use Picpole grape. Picpole has a few pronunciations. There's some hybrids and cousins to it. It is the grape that was part of the full production of cognacs and
You did do your research today.
Armagnacs, yeah. And
Proud of
but
them.
however, in modern era, they no longer use that grape in the production of those. But you have to kind of remember that they did once use that. It's prized for its tartness. To say that it's a light wine or sweet would be a total misnomer. It is a full-bodied wine. It's prized for its high acidity, lemony flavors, lemongrass, and a mineral quality, as well as some floral notes. One of the things that we love about Picpole, and there's 2 main regions kind of divided north and south by this old Roman road, is one's in a really rocky region and one's down by this bay. And the good stuff comes from down by this bay. There's this bay down there where they farm oysters inside this estuary, and it's amazing. And for 22 miles, the vineyards parallel the oyster beds. So to eat seafood and have Picpole, so we had it with the crab cakes. That's why I brought it up, because Rob got me going with the crab cakes. Everyone's like, where's the rest of the sauce? I was like, you're holding it.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need a lot of sauce when you have...
So Kelly, hopefully that helps with Picpole.
Is that who asked about it? Go figure. But yeah, Picpole, a couple interesting things for me.
And we're not drinking it now. We're just talking about last night, aren't we? Yeah.
Yep. I I liken it to a cross between French Sauvignon Blanc and not quite New Zealand Sav, because it's got that lemony, like you were saying, that big citrus note, that high acid, which you have a lot in the New Zealand's. Maybe closer to the South African that we did a couple weeks ago.
That makes sense with the Mediterranean climate, thinking about the South African or the Chilean.
You're right. It's just a little bit, to me, it's your French Sauvignon Blancs are very mineralistic generally, with just a little bit of acid.
Well,
to
the
them.
soil is so great. The glaciation effect and the range in altitudes on some really long rivers.
Some long livers.
The long
it
livers.
takes long
Hey,
livers
these
to
to run this show. I'll tell you what. But yeah, that's kind of what France has, these meandering rivers, and so you get these mineral deposits and on different hills at different elevations, and outcroppings from the glaciation expose things, and then just France has hills that aim every different direction, so you can take advantage of any aperture of sunlight.
And Picpole's always been one of my fondnesses for French wine.
You and Caesar.
Yeah, we share a lot of commonalities there.
Mostly the haircut.
Yeah, I think so. But
Octavian, right?
Yes. Not Julius. he died with a full head, I think.
Anyway, can we talk about the beer?
Yeah. Let's get back to the beer because I'm
this
almost
thing.
done.
I feel like I'm in an altered state already.
I'm almost done with my beer. This is an easy drinking beer for me.
For a tart IPA, it is not overwhelmingly tart.
You're exactly right, but
not like the Rogue Wombat. Combat Wombat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but wow.
For an IPA, though, I like it because it takes out the bitterness and gives me all the flavor.
I didn't think about that. That's probably why we're sipping it so fast once we get our hands on it.
And you know what? It's a good conversation beer. Not necessarily talking about that, but we were drinking it while we were talking.
I've talked about movies. I talked about dinner last night. I was talking about friends. It's a conversation piece.
One other thing about Peak Pool, they're all in the same bottle.
Yeah, it has it will always have the stamp.
They have the same bottle.
And it's a very unique bottle. There's some other bottles that imitate it. Sometimes you'll see. You know what? I'm gonna let it go because I can't remember the wines that have similar bottling. But you'll commonly see that stamp on the bottle, and that's because Pinette, which actually it's biting the lip. Is what it means. Oh, this is great. And we'll get into the Languedoc here.
We're getting away from the beer again. But I'm still drinking.
Well, who won? Pickpole won. When did you drink it? Last night.
I couldn't find enough of it last night.
Seriously, now you know how the dishes got done.
I had to rate Anna's cup. She's like, I didn't like this one. I'm like, you're not throwing that away. Is that Pig Pool? She's like, yeah. I said, give it to me.
She said, I'm going to write my name on my cup. I said, that's probably a good idea if you're going to leave it empty. I said, I'm going to drink this and hide my cup.
That's the beauty of being able to do these dinners is it's a private party.
So the beauty, I don't want to get, no, we're not, I'm talking about palading. And not even like we palate on the show. We're talking about like literally an ounce a piece.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what dinner and wine is going to taste like until we're serving it. Pretty much.
Sometimes, yeah.
You and Josh have a better idea,
and even Josh and I go off at past experiences from tasting.
That's right.
We have to kind of pull it out and pull,
But I mean, I read the menu minutes before I go to table, and it's a total feat. Which came problematic last night. Yeah, please correct everyone
on our problem
because I mentioned the fact that I was serving Tokai and I was not serving Tokai. It was
the amuse-bouche with the grilled shrimp with the pineapple brunoise and the wrapped with the
amazing job on the brunoise. Most people just end up with crushed pineapple, but Josh actually did a pineapple brunoise.
But and then it was wrapped
real
with the,
sharp knives
that was grilled. That was not served with Tokai.
By the way, that was a single bite, right?
Yeah, that was a single bite
for sure. Yeah. Okay.
And it was actually served with Chiccoli.
Like Spicoli.
Yeah, Chiccoli.
But Chiccoli.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, which was another, very not known grape wine. And I was in the back and I heard you tell him it was Tokai.
It's your guys' fault from the beginning.
I know.
And they're spelled almost so similarly.
I was not going to interrupt you. I was just going to let it go.
So the real story is we ended up with that wine because they wanted a Tokai.
Well, yes, we wanted a Tokai. No, see, we also
planned for.
Always had the Chiccoli.
Yes.
The Tokai was supposed to be served for the dessert. And it got to this past Friday, and we got bad news from the rep of the distributor that the distributor kind of lied to him.
Oh, but dessert was great.
And so we actually pivoted midday Friday and figured out the wine that we were going to serve with dessert, and everybody loved that wine as well.
You will seldom see, this is so funny too because this has story in the shop too because on our shelves soon you will see the wine we're talking about now taking the place of a wine that's loved fondly by many of our customers since we've opened. But we're about to have to drop it off by glass menu.
Not by our choice. Lola is going to be gone.
It's going to be a sad day.
The distributor apparently cannot get it in from Italy. I don't know whether that's a permanent thing or a temporary COVID problem. But yeah,
But if dessert last night tells us anything, it's that this new Moscato d'Asti is going to be on point and a great pivot.
Yeah.
Speaking of pivots, I think I'm doing all right here.
Yeah. You definitely figured out your tipping point, and you're no longer.
That's another good literary reference there. We're all over the 80s tonight. Without Josh here, we can freely banter about it.
Yeah, I mean, we have extra time because Josh isn't taking up all the time talking.
You think they caught anything yet?
Probably not, because they leave it like 4 in the morning.
Dude, if their fishing...
He's probably asleep right now.
If their fishing trip goes anything like my fishing trip went today, I took the canoe out on the lake, and I felt like the fish followed the canoe around because it was a shadow.
Okay. It was hot out there.
And there was nothing I could catch. They were biting the barrel swivel and trying to run away with it, but they wouldn't touch the lure. And we're not baiting. Yeah, it's a little backyard pond.
Yeah.
What's the fun in baiting? I need some sport, you know. Hula popper, if you're asking. I was going for bass. We saw a couple, couldn't snag.
I'm gonna say I dug that beer.
I really dig this. I'm really enjoying this.
I'm kind of sad we don't have more of those in the case.
It also was a nice one. Like, I've been like, not to brag, but like, you know, from the open of the show set up, like I was putting down the out of line and then jumped into the teach. And this thing really like hits the... Did you pass the fulcrum on that one?
No, I think I got that one runched in so well it's not going anywhere.
That's Samson.
And you know, I kind of like the fact that Josh isn't here because I get to use his mic and he doesn't know about it.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
This might.
That's what he gets for going camping with other guys.
This might get me spoiled. Rob may have a new mic in a couple weeks. I don't know.
Are you gonna? Yeah. Do you remember what he went through to get that? Look at that box. Like everything about it was such a weird experience. You have to learn how to order products online, like Josh does.
Apparently I don't.
Yeah, no, don't actually. Yes. Did you see the Secret Santa experience this winter? Oh, I ordered online. Did you see what he got?
Yeah.
How many times do you think he's played it?
0.
No, once.
Twice.
And then Ken threatened his life.
He probably played it the night of.
Ken, I'm gonna miss you too.
And then he got drunk. Like,
who's gonna drive me home? By the way, if Josh isn't here, where's? I feel like a car song right now.
I'll give you a head start and you can walk. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like a real like sad Rick Oslak right now.
I'll get you home, Nick.
Thanks.
But hey, I'm just gonna tell you, I really dug that ultra.
You ordered it? I just grabbed it out of your fridge.
We got it in a
mix pack.
A mix pack.
And so can I tell you that the great part is we've been through 2 of the beers in the mix pack. This, my friend, has not hit the fridge yet. So I lied when I said I got it out of the fridge. Well, we iced it down for the show.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
I believe it's the first one to go so far.
That one right there has me wanting to buy more of that one for the shop.
We've done what was it? There's Hazed and Confused. They are movies. Oh my god, I should have picked it up.
You just got that?
They're all movies.
They're all movies. You just got that.
Are they all Jim Jarmusch now? This movie's older than Jim Jarmusch.
That's like what's the other one that's all?
Oh, that was good. That
songs.
was just like,
new anthems. They're all song titles.
Oh yeah, that's. I don't know. What would you do? What would be your theme when you open your brewery? What are they all named after?
Don't get any ideas. I'm not opening a brewery. I don't even know how to brew beer.
I don't know which part of my body you just told not to get ideas. Because I'm like talking this way and reaching this way. And he's getting really nervous.
The brewery idea.
Yes.
So
apparently, by the way, Brunswick County is about to be our brewery density, our beer production per capita is about to go way up.
Yes, we're picking up at least one more in Oak Island. We're supposed to be picking one up in Beach Road. Which
makes me... I now know why LinkedIn says that Red Hair is still hiring a brewer.
Are they... I thought they closed down.
It says they're hiring a head brewer for Red Hair Brewing and Distilling.
Okay.
in Shallot. So
Okay.
if you're listening to our show and you're like, I could do that. I could do that. Go call Red Hair Brewing and tell them you can do that. Okay, because they've been looking for, as far as it says on this thing, for a month now. So,
Well, that's interesting because I thought COVID had shut them down permanently in Shallot anyway. I mean, not their main brewery in
so
Georgia.
Have you been back through Shallot? Have you noticed,
I
is the
actually have
building
not been
still
down-
signified?
I have not been down Main Street in quite a while.
Since we ate every appetizer Wing and Fish had to offer?
Yeah,
Or actually, since I gained the affection of a wonderful bartender at Duffers.
That's what I said. It was Duffers.
God, she really did like me, didn't she?
Let's not think too much into that, Nick. She was making a buck. I mean, as a former bartender myself, I can tell you.
I don't actually think she liked me. No.
I can tell you. There's a reason that it's the second oldest profession in the world.
Second, what? First. Okay, so this is good. I'm following evolution here.
So, bartenders. Somebody had to make money off of the ladies of the night's clients.
So
Hence the bartender was born.
So you're telling me bartender being the second oldest, everyone else knowing the first oldest, the third oldest, and the fourth. Is this a tie? Is it the cop and the priest, or like who protects who there? The cop needs the priest, so it's third is cop, then fourth is priest. Okay.
All right, so we're moving on to the wine.
Never mind about how number one got there. I think that was number three's job.
This is the Arona.
Because he wanted to catch number two.
Could be number 4. This is the Arona Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. Hey, I mentioned New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc before. This is from Marlborough. This is a certified sustainable wine.
Well, this is going to tie back into that dinner conversation we had about pickle.
And if you want to go and see all about the wines, the art of New Zealand winemaking, you can check out the 60-second tour given by Lawrence Fishburne.
No.
All you've got to do is scan that QR code.
Larry?
See us on PBS. So,
Man, I'm a big fan of Larry. Like, you were talking like Boys in the Hood, Event Horizon,
yeah. That Lawrence Fishburne.
The Matrix,
Yeah.
Morpheus.
If Morpheus and Lawrence Fishburne are the same person,
I gotta ask, Rob, red pill or blue pill?
one makes you taller, one makes you shorter, right?
That's Grace Slick. That's not Morpheus. Let's get
Actually,
it.
I thought that was, God, who wrote Alice in Wonderland? I can't believe I forgot that right now.
Through the Looking Glass is anybody want to chime in, commenters, see if you can
Yeah,
beat us to
because
it?
I completely drew a blank, and
I'll
can't
tell you it's
forget- I
not
can't believe-
C.S. Lewis. I could also tell you who else it's not. I could go through a whole list of people it's not.
But that's who I was going after with the blue pill, green pill. One make you larger, one make you smaller. Anyway, again, Sauvignon Blanc. This is the 2020 version. Arona Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. Are you puckering up yet? Because
No, I'm pleasantly greeted. There's no puckering. This is
wait a minute. Aren't all New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs high in grapefruit?
well.
Really super pucker.
There's a grapefruit quality just on flavor alone. The puckering quality is muted.
So
It's tied down with minerality.
So
It's
here's
got
what
river
I'm
stone.
going to tell you guys.
Definite river rock.
If
in this.
you stay away from New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc because it's way too grapefruit, you don't like the pucker content,
Stop shopping at Trader Joe's.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Marlboro Sauvignon Blanc. The region is higher in mineral content.
Is Hawke's Bay within Marlboro?
I believe it is.
Because we really enjoyed those Hawke's Bay collections.
You can get out there in some of the other regions, and those are the ones that are super, super, super puckery. You know, Nick, I want you to notice one thing tonight.
Blind River. So I mentioned River Rock.
I want you to notice.
It's Blind River Rock.
You have a lot of wine to drink.
It's a full pour.
Full pour. Have you not? I split that bottle between.
I'm doing all right.
Normally it's like there's a glass pour for Nick, there's a glass pour for Josh, glass pour for Rob, and then Rob gets another glass pour.
A glass pour for who?
Nick.
Yeah.
And then Josh.
Where is he?
Well, we're drinking his glass pour.
And
we're drinking my second glass pour.
Sorry, the audience was calling. They clamored. Did you hear it? They were clapping.
He's probably asleep right now. He's got to get up early.
He's watching the show. You know that guy. He's got one eye open.
Yeah. He's probably. I'm surprised he didn't call either one of our phones.
I'm. Hopefully he sleeps like a pirate. He's going to Ocracoke.
Well, I hope he bought his tent, because if not, he's got to share a one-man tent with another guy.
I think he went tent shopping today. Have you been to? There's a really cool new sports store down there. I checked it out.
Down where?
Down by the old sports store.
Ooh.
What was it? I can never say it right. Gallions?
I have no idea.
Gallions Sporting Goods? Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, Dick's Sporting
Goods.
Yeah,
before they got taken over. But it's that spot around the corner from Costco. You drive through the two half lots, and you get over.
Dick's Sporting Goods over by Mayfair.
It's gone, isn't it?
No, not one Mayfair.
Well, Authority Sports is in, and it's kick-ass.
The one, I think the one that was on College might have been.
And they have their own credit card, so even if you're totally broke, you can still get in shape at 29.9%. It's like, I've lost a lot of weight, but I'm really nervous about my consumer credit rating.
So, the Arona Sauvignon Blanc, I'm very happy with this wine.
This is some very pleasant wine.
It does have, the acid is higher.
I think you answered a question I brought into tonight's show, which I haven't gotten to yet.
I answered the question before you asked it. The Swami provides.
Not by your words either. Just by showing up with this wine.
Okay.
And all I did was show up with a beer. I know.
So what was the question?
Oh, you want to know? So I wanted to know, and this gets into some fun games about wine, because I don't know if they have red snapper in New Zealand, but we have it here in our waters, and it's popular in the Gulf waters. However, there's not a whole lot of great wine growing. It's just down around the southeast enough to really think about which of our local wines is pairing up with red snapper. And how I got going on the pick pole rap was trying to figure out if pick pole would go with red snapper. Because I even took a Mediterranean-inspired blackened Creole dish with the blackened pine nuts and everything on this thing tonight.
Where'd you get your snapper from?
Lowe's, frozen.
Oh. You're killing me. You got to go to Potter's.
But it's U.S. stamped, so it's good.
Potter's is our...
Are they pulling snapper right now?
All you got to do is go down that.
I'm pretty sure I had some snapper tacos.
We had some hog snapper.
Okay. There are 3 species of snapper, by the way. There's a red, there's a northern red, and there's the hog snapper.
And actually, I don't know.
And there's an orange. Well,
I don't know that hog snapper is actually snapper. It's just a
I don't
misnomer.
think so either.
But we had that hog snapper bellies that we did tacos with.
Is that why I bring up the orange roughy again?
I want to thank those guys at Potter's, because that's where we get all of our seafood for our wine dinners. and they are amazing. We're gonna have to invite those guys to one of the wine dinners on us.
So I used lime instead of lemon on top of this, and I added it after. So because it was lime instead of lemon, I didn't throw it in the butter because I was pretty sure my lime would break the butter if I stirred it with the pine nuts.
As much as the lemon does, yeah.
Yeah, but oh gosh, when you do that for the fish with the lemon and the butter and the garlic, you just can't.
Yeah.
There's no replacement. So I stepped in there with, instead of the Holy Trinity on fish there, I stepped in with the lime. So I did a fresh squeeze on the turn in the broiler. I was telling him, smash the croutons when you don't have breadcrumbs. That's a great way to top that fish. Any white fish, it's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Listen, I did this on parchment in a broiler. No fry pan to deal with. Our cleanup was a couple dinner plates. It was so simple. It really was. So what I would say is you answered my question with this dinner is what would I pair with this? And
oh, yeah.
Sauvignon Blanc.
This is definitely... this Peak Pool, both are just seafood wines. Albarino, there's a trend here. They're all like right along the ocean, no matter where they're from.
Not just the ocean, but kind of where some great seas meet the ocean. And that's definitely what New Zealand has going on.
And you get these coastal winds coming in with the salt air and just blowing over the vines. Yeah, it gives salinity to the grapes. It just screams seafood.
So is that why we love wines like this here in NC? Is that why Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc is going to be a great choice? Pretty much, if I'm invited to dinner in NC and I show up with Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc.
If they're going to do a fish, yeah, definitely. Sometimes, unless it's, I would say unless it's a salmon or something.
Yeah, I had swordfish and salmon in the fridge. It wasn't the direction I was going tonight.
But if they're gonna go with a North Carolina seafood dish, shrimp, scallops, snapper.
So
grouper.
our Atlantic waters here, we're just north of the Caribbean. We have a lot in common with Mediterranean.
Well, and you have to consider our fishermen go out a ways.
Yes, they do, and
they go south. And
we also have a big trade network, Rob. And so, by the way, actually, if you look at coastal maps, North Carolina's offshore fishing is like this huge map. Other states kind of hate it. Like, they kind of hate the map we got. But you extend the borders into the water, and what they learned was to angle those borders.
That's right.
Go look at Horry County. Sorry. All I got was these crabs.
That was onshore.
Sorry, that one deserves it. But, between our local catch here and the fare that we're able to trade for with our game fish that we get in day fresh, people wonder, why is North Carolina lobster market? Because blue crab trades really well.
Yeah.
Because tuna trades extremely well. And it's better than cash. The fact that we have fishermen going out there, not just industry fishermen, sport fishermen are part of this industry. You go out, you snag that fish, you bring it back and sell it. That's going to market.
That's right.
You caught that under a legal process. You bring it in the dock, you can sell that fish.
Sure.
You might be limited for your catch for your day or your season, but you can do that. That's something you can be a part of here in North Carolina, and that's part of the fun. I've got buddies who have boats. Any given weekend, we can go out and snag a tuna, buddy. You show up. Oh man, that's dinner.
Oh, I can remember sitting at one of the restaurants there on the intercoastal on the intercoastal there in Wrightsville and watch the boat the day catchers come in with their catch, and chef walks out on the dock and they're like, I buy those. I don't really want that, but I'll buy that.
It still happens, and best believe that your man down there on the docks in the yacht basin of Southport, he's not only connected with the best commercial fishermen, but he knows sport fishermen
Potters
as well.
is multi-generational.
They have relationships that are...
Let me tell you, they're in a little small building, but their reach is big and far.
Yeah.
So
that building could blow up in a movie. There'd still be Potter's Seafood.
that's right. That's exactly. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This wine is excellent. I really dig this. My whole point with that rant. Why did I even mention it? Rob, I remember how well I said I was doing. You may have gotten me with the double glass here, but seafood and the whole mix of palate that Carolina has access to, put together the whole trade winds, the seafood, what we have growing inland with our fruit and vegetable varieties, even down to nuts. I mean, come on, it's incredible.
Well, and that's why when we do these wine dinners, Josh and I love doing seafood. We love going to the butcher too, because the butcher we have here in Brunswick County, he's fairly good. He may not be the best.
Have you ever stuck your head up a cow's butt?
No.
Then trust the butcher.
That's right.
Of Brunswick County.
That's right. He may not be the 100% best. I mean, but he's really good. And you ask him for a cut of meat, and he'll get you a cut of meat.
He's a pretty nice guy. I mean, yeah, he's got a chunky Northeast accent, but he's been here a minute. I'll be totally honest. I mean, the guy's been here.
But we really like doing seafood. And if we didn't want to... The problem is we could do seafood on the wine dinners over and over and over again and just get tired.
This is a great time of year to feature it. We're May. It's so hot. We're in the drought. Lighter tasting, lighter feeling fare, and then still being able to just reach fullness. It's really nice. Do I think that we might lean back towards some land animals? We did lamb with the dinner. There was
That's
smoked
right.
lamb.
That's
so
right.
It wasn't all a seafood dinner, but it was definitely it had this like Mediterranean anchor. However, it explored out into some deep chase.
I actually
that
think,
cocktail, that shrimp sauce was Southeast Asian inspired.
I actually think the whole
the crab cake really came down to a Southeast Asian take.
I think the whole... Well, I don't know about Southeast Asian on that crab cake, because the sauce, it was an orange dill, and then we had a
Mandarin orange dill?
No.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
And then we had a sweet corn... what was the other sauce?
I wanted...
We're both blanking on it
because
right now.
we want to say these other words that we're supposed to say with... Remoulade
Yeah.
is not usually the word that comes after sweet corn.
And
oh man, I had a hard time throwing that out last night.
So I mean that's not very Southeast Asian, but I think more it was definitely coastal or as you said, driven towards the Mediterranean.
Well, it was like a Mediterranean anchor, so it was these classic tastes and these classic approaches and technique. But then you guys took some worldly approaches. We had Indian cheese.
Oh yeah, homemade.
And like I'm just gonna come right back
Josh made that up Saturday.
That prosciutto, that could have been wild boar wrapped around Pacific langoustine. That dish was very Asian spring roll tasting.
And I'll tell you also, I mean, this is how Josh and I work on those dinners.
If I didn't know any better, I think you guys are throwing a nod to the whole like Asian American Pacific Island with the dishes you guys put together.
That's kind of the way it ended up, but that wasn't the way it started out. But,
Shouldn't that be the way it really is? Actually, to appreciate the multicultural.
We start with each dish on an idea, and then we kind of mutate it and then once we get it to where we want it, we're like, okay, how's it going to flow to the next one? So that's where it becomes, we go to one dish to the next and kind of build a theme around that. But I mean, the prosciutto,
man, I feel like tonight's show's a 2-for-1. We're reviewing tastes, but we're reviewing last night's dinner.
I think it is, just because the fact that we have more time to talk. We have.
And don't let me. We do appreciate what Josh has to say.
I'm not Josh.
I got to stand up for my buddy here. But with a little more room in the air, just two guys, sitting here. And I don't know how you guys are drinking at home, whether it's just you chilling or whether you got your favorite drinking partner with you, or whether somebody's just begrudgingly staring at you drink your bottle of whiskey while you watch our show. I don't know what you're doing there, but what we're doing here is just something so fun and natural to us, and to arrive there on like an organic basis. This is something we do every week.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to do Josh's thing here, even if it's premature. I'm just gonna like still throw it in here. It's something we do every week around this time on Monday nights. Whatever the three of us can get here, if we find a guest, we're each gonna grab a bottle off the shelf right here in the shop at the office. Rob typically picks out a nice wine, sometimes chilled white, sometimes some bubbly. I've seen him do the rosé. I've seen the reds come out. We don't have preference when it comes to choosing the products we put on the show. We just grab what's new in the shop. That's and true. What hasn't been tasted yet.
That's true.
Sometimes we see something come back in that we've had before, like peanut butter jelly. We say, let's test it out. Let's see how this batch goes.
The new batch for the year.
But it's something we love to do. All the fun we have with it. It's something we hope to enjoy with you guys. So I just want to throw that out there. It's always a 2-for-1. We get buzzed, but hopefully we buzz you guys and you buzz us back. Yeah. Rob, is there anything you want to tell people when I bring up stuff about the show?
Right now, I can't really think of anything about the show.
What would Josh tell our people?
I think he would tell him it's time for us to give ratings on our beers.
Awesome. Cool.
So we started tonight with the...
God gave me thumbs. I'll try to use them.
You want to start with this one? I'll start with yours?
All right. You want me to start with the peanut butter jelly?
Yeah.
I was surprised. I'm not going to throw 2 thumbs in the air. I was pretty sure this was going to be a reject for me. However, I dug it. It really takes the challenge with what to do with peanut. It is not your chocolatey peanut butter cut peanut. This is your from the earth Carolina peanut.
Yep.
And the beauty is they probably actually used both Carolina peanuts and fruit. I really wouldn't surprise me from Catawba Brewery.
Oh yeah, not at all.
A bunch of hippies up there. I love it. I love it. They probably came up with the idea at a fish show, for all I know. It was widespread for sure. Big something. Actually, it was probably big something. Yeah. It's good to have stuff like this. It's kind of a joke. It's tongue in cheek, but it got us going, and we were able to crack into a whole nother section of both serious taste and new taste. And for that, I gotta say 1.5. I just straight up and down for me on this one. Can't smile, can't hate it. I love this guy. In a way that's like, I will definitely recommend it. Brittany, you better come pick one up.
There you go. So yeah, the Catawba peanut butter and jelly time just got in on the shelf last week. 60-ounce can, $4.25. Got to hit those numbers. Just putting it out there. We've had this for 4 years running. We're in our 4th year of being open for business. I love the fact that we can taste these year after year to try the different, how it comes out, how each year how it tastes.
Yeah.
This to me is better than last year because there's definite differences from year to year. Last year, if I remember correctly, it was more of a reddish color, like it was hitting on the raspberries more. This year, definitely hitting on the peanuts. I mean, the color on it was definitely peanut buttery color. You could smell the dry roasted full peanut shell on the nose, and you taste it on the palate. A little bit of raspberry going in there. It tastes like a raspberry jam peanut butter jelly sandwich. I really dug it for what it was versus last year. I think it's an improvement. I'm going to echo Nick though, 1.5, just because I think it's one of those gimmick beers, even though this is done well. I think that I really don't want to give a gimmick beer like this a 2-thumb 1.75.
It's kind of what held me back.
Yeah, I mean, but it's really good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're a dark beer, brown ale.
That's
fan,
right.
If you like flavored ales.
Yep. So if you're not opposed to having flavors in your beer other than beer, I think this is right up your alley. So yeah, 1.5 for me on that guy. So that I guess brings us to the Elysian Altered Contact Tart IPA.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, 275 on this 12-ounce can. You know what? I love this beer.
I did too. It really blew me away.
And for an IPA, that's hard for me to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm coming around to IPAs, and I'm appreciating them more and more. But for me, I think, the bitterness of the IPAs, I mean, hell, when the IBU...
IPA equals IBU, yes.
Yeah, and the whole goal is to get the highest IBU you can.
Did they write an IBU on that can?
I don't even know if
I'm
they
going to
did.
bet they didn't. I'm going to bet they just skipped it.
Yeah, I bet they did.
But they definitely used hops.
Yeah.
And it's a West Coast brewery, so they use like some strong Cascade citrine hops.
But the tartness versus bitterness, I mean, it mellowed this out so much.
It almost gives it a sweetness. It brings you back to the malt.
This is an easy crushable beer. Whether it's crushable ABV or not is a different story. But I could sit outside and have one of these all day long until I fell down unconscious.
So you remember the men of the round table to fruit the beer? Yeah, the men of the what are you drinking now table to tart the IPA.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Thumbs up. I'm going 2 thumbs up. I love this beer.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to order more of this for the shop.
You said 2 thumbs.
2 thumbs up on this. For an IPA, for me, that's an unheard of.
Price point.
$2.75. 12-ounce can. Unheard of for me.
ABV's there.
Unheard of for me. What's the ABV on?
Yeah, I think it's a 6er. Something. 6.3 something.
6.3, you're right.
I just could taste. I never looked. Also, may have to do with the pricing and import laws.
I'll tell you what. 6.3.
Now they do.
275.
There is an Imperial Hazy they have. I felt like we had enough work in front of us tonight going after the Imperial. I'm glad Rob liked that. That's really cool to watch Rob enjoy an IPA. Glad I brought it to the party.
Hell, I finished it before you did.
He called it a 2-thumber. I finished mine a while ago. This is actually the.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking about.
Early on.
Yeah,
good. Which is funny because I beat you with the peanut butter beer, so we drank each other's beer first. Right. Wow.
So
I'm hooked on this. I can't even talk about. I'm not even supposed to. I got to drink beer just to remind me I'm talking about beer right now because this thing has stolen my attention.
Give me your Elysium, then you can go ahead.
And I loved Elysium. And please don't let my affection of what's going on right in front of me here in the Maori language. Elysium is an incredible brewery. I've loved these guys. I remember watching them show up on the block back when I used to drink pints at Eastside Tavern. All right. My shout out to the Olympia crew and Thirsty Thursdays. This thing is amazing. It defies the IPA category, yet it embraces the IPA category. So, number one, you got a thumb right there. So, the thumb's out of the way on the one hand. On the other hand, it defies the IPA category, and I like it. It has every flavor that beer has to offer, and it's so refreshing. It's in a can. I can take you to the beach. This is a daytime drinker. This is the only one I get to drink today. I want to taste everything.
Yeah.
It's got this touch of the Belgian. It's got the American sour. It's got the gentle little tarts we've all been digging on with the gozes. And then it's all sitting on top of an IPA. So it's got this giant malt masking this hop, covered with haze, delivered with tart. Like, that's it for me. This is the pinnacle. It's $2.75. My other thumb just went all the way up. This might be a 3 thumbs up beer.
I was thoroughly surprised. I'm happy you picked that beer tonight.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I had no idea. And by the way, the label and the reference to the movie.
Yep.
Like, wow.
So I'm going to let you go ahead. No, you know what? No, I'm going to start because I think you're going to finish the show off on a different note with this guy. Not a different note, because I agree. I like this Sauvignon Blanc. I went through a stage that I was into the big, bold grapefruit Sauvignon. The bigger, the better. Back in the...
Rob was trying to find what is inside the pith of a grapefruit,
Yeah.
right in between the rind and the flesh.
Back in the mid-2000s, going in 2010, I was all about the bigger the better grapefruit. Give me.
Well, excuse me for being young and ignorant on this, but that was the advent of Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. Before then, people didn't take New Zealand wine seriously.
Now I'm backing off of that. Just because the acid content doesn't necessarily sit well with me and so forth and so forth. But it's like the big buttery Chardonnays. I'm not a big buttery Chardonnay fan just because it's been overdone so much. So was the big, bold grapefruit Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. Overdone and killed everything. It's one thing to do something well and just, hammer it out. But when other people just keep hammering on the same thing, and it just too much of a good thing is bad. This though takes me back to the beginning when I was starting my search for it. This was like one of those that I would have at the beginning and be like, "Oh yeah, I like that," and it's gonna make me see how far I want to push my palate with grapefruit. I know now how far I want to push my palate with grapefruit. So I really dig this now.
It's about this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is really good. It's a solid wine. It comes in at a $15 price point for the bottle.
Part blows me away.
Oh
I
God.
had to double take. Yeah. I thought for sure that was a $21 bottle.
Yeah, let's talk about pretty much could be an everyday drinking bottle of wine. I mean, and that's at this point in time. I mean, especially if you
on a summer diet with the seafood we're talking about.
Especially if you consider a 6-pack of beer could run you $20. A decent bottle of wine could run you $15-20. There you go. Decent bottle of wine for $15-20. I'm not talking,
I think Rob's actually just working on a personal sale here.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like
he's talking to
top
me.
end wine. I'm not talking mid-tier wine. I'm talking this is a good everyday wine. 175.
Awesome. I actually agree. I'll throw my score down right away. I agree, Rob. 175. And for the first time ever, all we had to do is not have Josh here, and you and I agreed on a couple of things.
It's not knocking you, Josh.
And everything Rob said points back to one word on this bottle, which probably is already encompassed with the word that is the name of the wine. But this is certified sustainable wine grown in New Zealand. Okay. Rob kept telling you guys about being nervous about this taste that was overdone and pumped out and over. When you overdo something, you can't keep doing it. When you do something just right, you can keep doing it.
You can sustain it.
Keep doing it. And keep doing it. I want to get back to this label because it is beautiful and it looks like the taste. It has these tones that really just balance together. Even the paper has the softness, which equals the texture of the wine, and which is something more wine drinkers should pay attention to is the type of, do they use a Pyrus? Do they use a matte? Is it a gloss? And then think about the finish on the wine when you taste it. And did your finger have a taste like your tongue? Like, yes, these people think of this stuff. Not all of them. A lot of them go with what looks cute. However, these people are not just about what looks cute. They full on used a Maori word for the name of the wine. And then it's sustainable. And then they start talking about like some other stuff that you were talking about. And it really makes me think deeply about these winemakers, Barker's, Mark Wines, and what Blind River really means to Marlborough production. They might really be like investing into New Zealand, and I would hope. But Arona really refers to a word representing the many facets of beauty being colorful, complex, and playful and alluring. That is everything this wine is. That is everything we loved about the IPA. That's everything we loved about the peanut butter jelly. That's everything we loved about tonight. And the dinner we talked about last night.
That's right.
This is like this underlying tone. And here's what it ultimately has for me that gets it. It's 175 value. That equals those words they said. I can drink it and drink it and drink it. I can have some beers. I can come back to this. This wine is always good, always valuable. The value driven at $15 a bottle is amazing. Rob brought that up. I'm not even going to stumble on that. What really gets me is the whole range of foods I could enjoy this with. This is a white wine. Even if I'm a one glass a day person, I just want one glass with dinner. Guess what? This thing's going to do 4 dinners in a row, and it's going to completely perform for you. Yep. This has that taste of the citrus. This has the river rock. This has the herbaceous and unfurling fern kind of taste and dewy grass. Steep slope down into like foggy bay kind of like taste. This has it. And it's so affordable, and it's such a clean label. It's a Stelvin. I don't even have to get a corkscrew out. I can put it back in my fridge. So, just like I'm saying, this is there's everything enjoyable about this, and sustainable wine is aptly labeled on this, and that's one thing I want to touch on.
So what I think I'm hearing from you is this is a good cap to a good weekend.
You may have actually just sold me a bottle of wine.
All right, guys. So since Josh isn't here to say it, like, comment, subscribe. If you are watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you are watching this on Facebook, comment on us. You're already watching us. Yeah, just let us know you're there. If you go ahead and watch this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe below. We won't know what you like or don't like if you don't tell us.
Also, if you showed up on Facebook and you want to know what it looked like later because you were too busy looking at your bangs, check yourself out on YouTube.
Yeah. You can. We'll be up on YouTube and probably within the hour. So yeah, it'll be there. And with that note,
sorry, I had to hit the drum. Okay. Probably within an hour. Rob and I have a few things to finish.
I normally get to work fairly quick. So yeah, I think that's going to end an episode tonight. What are you drinking now here at the office? Josh will be back next week unless he totally gets like bent the wrong way because Nick and I had such a good show tonight. I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be the 3 of us again. We won't be in this room again because I can't believe Josh will fit in that corner.
We might have to put Nick in the corner, and nobody puts Nick in the corner.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off, and you have a good evening, everybody.